One of the movies I learned about during the documentary about Italian ripoffs on the Contamination Blu-ray was The Last Shark, a very, very, very blatant theft of Steven Spielberg's Jaws from the early 80s. How blatant? Well, look no further than the lead character played by James Franciscus from Finder of Lost Loves. He plays an author named Peter Benton in a movie ripping off Jaws, which is based on a novel by Peter Benchley. So clever. A beach community, which is Savannah, Georgia, but never really explicitly said to be, is under siege by a large shark. The titular last shark, actually, although that really doesn't mean anything. But the people that know about the shark can't tell anyone because there's a local regatta coming up, and that would mean the loss of tourism business. You know, like Jaws.
South Bay's having its regatta.
You can't do it, Bill.
I can't? Of course I can. In fact, I have to. There's too much at stake now.
Peter! Look!
So, how do you keep things quiet? Well, you hire a man like Quint from Jaws, here played by Vic Morrow.
Because the great white shark, you cannot scare off. Not this animal. Especially because he's had his taste of human flesh. And he's developed a craving kind of madness. Because it's not this hunger that he wants to satisfy. He wants to kill.
Acting! Police presence in this town seems minimal at most, so not Quint and Peter Benton team up to stop the shark menace, all while avoiding being hampered by local mustached man who is running for governor. Ah, good lord, what is that waking nightmare? There are some differences between this film and Jaws. For example, the local jackass candidate for governor isn't 100% pure idiot and does come up with his own plan to stop the shark, instead of just ignoring it completely.
Absolutely nothing is going to happen.
Even though that plan goes horribly wrong. Also, there's extensive stock footage of sharks being used, although none seem to match up with the shark we eventually get to see.
Can hardly make the shark out.
Use little stock footage. Nobody know the difference.
Hell no, I promised Harry a network pickup. Gotta have some action footage. You might have to dive, Jimmy.
I say doesn't match because when this shark finally makes an appearance, holy shit!
Lovely. Come on, zoom in.
I'd like to petition to have this movie renamed The Best Shark, because not only does that thing look stupid awesome, but different versions of it have different capabilities. The stock footage sharks are clearly teleporting to different times and locations, for example, and also like here when the underwater puppet model of the shark attempts to bury people alive inside a cavern. Also, it only needs a little bit of help from you in order to kill you. And it's good about taking home its leftovers. Eventually, local author Peter Benton is the only one left who can defeat the last shark, in a confrontation that feels like sharks taking revenge on Peter Benchley for demonizing their entire species with his novel. That finale is pretty damn goofy looking, but then in its boldest move, the film manages to rip off the ending of Die Hard half a dozen years before it was released. Shameless. Universal Studios, who owns Jaws, came down hard legally on this movie and has blocked several of its releases over the years. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if I'm currently fighting with them over a copyright strike as you listen to this. But if you're still able to hear me, go ahead and seek out a copy of this thing. No, it's not a good film, but it's a fun ripoff, and then will probably make you want to rewatch Jaws anyway. And nothing that causes that reaction can be that bad. Also, again, I found out way too late in the process that Riff Tracks already did this movie. Again, I don't mean to do that. I'm sorry. If we came up with any of the same jokes, which we probably did, I apologize. I'm sure that version is great.
If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you, cause it's my ocean too. So please keep it clean, cause I can be wicked mean, and I got shark teeth. And if I realize that you don't care about the